after birth abortion.
You don't know me. I'm a small fry on this app. Name's Mr. Mom.
Okay.
I'd like to welcome you to Unicorn Ranch. Let's talk.
Wow, right out of the gate, truly mind-blowing that you're struggling to get traction on this app. Okay, Mr. Unicorn Valley Hidden Mom Ranch, what do you got to say?
You ever have a dude school you on abortion?
No, because I don't hate women and I've never been on the wrong side of this particular argument. I'm assuming you're a new student here, and I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt before you go any further, and just let you know that there's been a few times in the past that people have said that they were going to school me on this app, and it usually goes like that one time where you were being a class clown and the teacher made an example of you by making you come up to the front of the class and try to teach the thing that you weren't paying attention to, and then everybody in the class laughed at you. Yeah, that's normally how that goes, but there's a first time for everything, and you know what? I'm feeling like you've got some strong chances because I've never had anybody try to school me with an overcompensation cowboy hat on before. Maybe something phallic on the forehead is the secret ingredient all the others were missing. Do go on.
Ready? I'm about to make you look silly with personal experience.
Okay, buddy.
Clear. I am 100% for legal abortion without exception.
Without exception?
Did I stutter?
Well, if I'm hearing you right, what you're saying is you don't care if it's going to save the mom's life. You don't care if the mom was you don't care if the mom was involved. There should be zero exceptions. Take the hard line, one way or another, right?
No, wrong. Very, very wrong. No, I took a hard line one way, definitely not the other. I said I was for legal abortion without exception. A woman's right to bodily autonomy is absolute for all of the reasons you just mentioned. Are you smelling toast, sir? Do I need to call a doctor?
I think it's time to get to the brass tacks.
First, legally, despite the corrupt Supreme Court's recent bullshit, this has always been a long upheld precedent. Fourth Amendment.
Yeah, that's a pretty weak argument.
50 years of precedent upheld by numerous Supreme Courts says it's not, but none of them were wearing a Hitachi magic wand on their forehead, so what did they know?
Stick with me. You're gonna like this. Well, you're not, but it's facts, so you're just gonna have to deal with it.
Is exactly why the government can't compel you to use your body to keep somebody else alive in terms of blood, tissue, or organ donation.
Correct.
I know I'm correct, so why are we having this conversation?
I'm a single dad of 4 kids.
Single! Shocker.
2 of them would not exist if I had not fought against abortion.
Ugh, I do not think you understand the magnitude of how creepy that sounded. Like it puts the lotion on its skin or else it gets the hose again. Creepy. And it's even creepier that you don't understand why that's creepy.
Even when you're dead, if you have not given written consent to be an organ donor, the government cannot compel the use of your organs, which you are no longer using, to save little Jimmy the cancer patient's life.
As it should be.
Dude, we are 3 minutes into this, and so far you've just agreed with me twice, gave us the shocking revelation that you're single, and alluded to the fact that you may have forced women to have children they didn't want to have. Are you ever going to get to the fucking point? Because I don't feel silly right now, and I was told I would feel silly. Creeped out, a tad disgusted, and very annoyed by the obnoxiously loud music you put in your video, but not silly. That one hasn't kicked in yet.
But I'm going a different way with this argument. I don't think that the federal government has a place in this. It's been returned to the states, right? 22 of the 50 states. That's more than 2/3. 22 of the 50 states. That's more than 2/3.
You know, Mr. Mom, who shouldn't have drank so much when she was pregnant with you, I know a lot of things are open to interpretation. Fractions are not one of them. I'm not great at math by any stretch of the imagination, but I do know that 2/3 of 50 is 33.5. So 34 states would be 2/3 of the states. So 22 cannot be 2/3. In fact, it's not even half. That would be 25. It's slightly more than 1/3, which would be 17 states. So you didn't even fuck it up that way. I don't know where you fucked this up or where you're going with it, but wherever it is, it's wrong. I feel very confident in that. Still not silly, but confident.
Guess what? Your amendment argument is moot.
No, it's not. It's simply not.
It's 2/3 of the states put together Article 5 Assembly, Convention of States, where you can, without Congress, make a new amendment.
No, that's not how that works. First of all, you only had 22 states. That's not 2/3. We went over that. Now, 2/3 or 34 states could call a constitutional convention and propose new amendments without Congress, but that doesn't mean that they just get to make new amendments. Once they've proposed those new amendments in this hypothetical constitutional convention, 3/4 of the states have to actually ratify them to make them new amendments. And I know you're really bad at fractions, but 22 is also not 3/4 of 50. So until you've got 38 fucking states on board to amend the Constitution through a process that has never been done, the constitutional argument isn't moot. It's the law of the fucking land. Maybe if you hadn't strapped a vibrator to your forehead and given yourself multiple micro concussions, you'd understand that. Remember that time you said you were going to school me? Is that going the way you thought it would be going? Because I really don't feel like it's going the way that you thought it would be going.
Let's stop talking about this for elections. It's only used to get somebody in office based off of how they feel about it. Put it back to the states.
Hey, while we're at it, why don't we put owning human beings back to the states as well? Should women be allowed to vote? I don't know. Let the states decide. Also, if you're going to cosplay as a grown-ass man or whatever the fuck you're supposed to be, stop bleeping out your swear words. This isn't PBS. We can barely hear them over your stupid music anyway. And who knows, maybe if you spent less time editing in bleeps, you could use that time to learn how to use a fucking calculator.
And why should the mother have any more rights other than her body is the passage? Her body is the vessel, right?
I don't know if I have seen a more despicable, disgusting excuse of something resembling a Homo sapien on this app ever before. I have never in my life prayed more to a God I don't believe in than I am praying right now that your kids got the recessive genes. And I damn sure hope that the reason you can spend so much goddamn time on social media is because you don't have custody of them. That statement was truly disgusting.
This was a consensual decision to make a child.
Was it? Because I get the feeling that you've never had a consensual interaction with any human being in your fucking life. Now, I didn't watch your whole video all the way through before recording this because, let's be honest, I didn't really feel like I was going to need to do a lot of research or rehearsal before this rebuttal. And that was a decision that I am man enough to say was a mistake, and I regret immensely. Not because you offered up anything other than a painfully bad grasp of very basic fractions and some disgustingly misogynistic rhetoric that I needed to research to respond to, but just because I was completely unprepared for how physically ill you would make me feel. I have been doing this a long time, and I have dealt with the scum of the internet, and I can honestly say that I don't recall a time I have been more disgusted than I am right now. And with that, I hope you have the life you deserve, and the life you deserve involves frequent checks of your browser history by the FBI and definitely being on 2, 3, 4 lists at least. Because if you haven't hurt multiple women already, which I'm supremely confident you have, it is only a matter of time.